Dear people of Utubia, I am Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and normally on this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. Not what we're doing today. No, we're working on our How to Approach an Employment Attorney series today. And please excuse my cough drop. A Trojan baby entered my house last week, all cute and wonderful and delightful. And the Trojan baby entered my house and then was like, now that I'm in here, ha ha, I have a fever and I have a cough. And of course, I now have a cough, but no fever, which is delightful. And that's perfectly okay. That Trojan baby was worth it. That Trojan baby was a delight. But I have a cough, so I have a cough drop, and that's why I owe you an apology, because there's candy in my mouth as we speak, and that will make me speak differently, poorly. We'll see. We'll see. So, we're working on our series, How to Approach an Employment Attorney, and we're touching on topics right now that make baby attorneys and mid-level attorneys not care about you anymore, right? When you say these magic words, they stop listening, essentially. And listen, is that the right thing to do? No, that's why I say it's baby attorneys and mid-level attorneys. I think that hire more experienced, elder employment attorneys, the elder millennials and on up of employment attorneys probably don't do this, but when you say the word bullying or bully while calling an employment attorney, odds are that attorney stopped listening to you the minute you said that. And again, I don't do that because I would say, ask more questions, learn more about the situation. But what happens is that a lot of people feel that they're bullied at their job. In fact, you could say that bullying is probably a staple of the United States management style, popularized in this country. It's also legal in most parts of this country and has been for almost the entirety of my career. But what happens is the media runs lots of stories about workplace bullying and what you can do about it, and how politicians are signing laws, drafting laws to outlaw bullying in the workplace. Yeah, politicians say a lot of things. It's not a thing. It's not a claim almost anywhere in this country, and I can't even count the number of people in my career who have called me about workplace bullying. And as I aged and gained some measure of experience, I started to ask a host of questions when I hear the word bullying instead of tuning out. And also I will say, and this is no offense to anyone who's talked about bullying in the workplace or called an attorney about bullying in the workplace, but there is some kind of correlation between people who call about bullying in the workplace and people who are just whiny, awful human beings who can't stand the idea they might need to talk about other parts of their claim. Like, and I'm being negative here. And I've this is a prejudice I have. I have a prejudice against people who say bullying and then refuse to let me ask questions about it. Right? And to be clear, you have the refusal is part of it, right? And then my boss is bullying me. Oh, okay. Why do you feel your boss targeted you for bullying? Was your boss bullying everyone or just you? Was your boss bullying people of a particular protected class? Did your boss start bullying you after you rejected his or her advances? Did your boss start to bully you specifically after you complained of workplace discrimination or sexual harassment? And if their answer is like, no, it's bullying, that's all you need to know. We're probably going to have a very short conversation, and it's probably going to be unpleasant for both of us. Because I'm going to say, funny story. You've said nothing. That's gibberish. You're saying gibberish. And we need to talk about the claim. We need to talk about how I might actually be able to help you. And you may recall that you called me for help because you don't know anything about this. Maybe you watched a couple of videos on the internet. Maybe a very nice fella or a very nice woman made you some videos. And that would be a great start. But it would be like the teeny tiniest start, right? So when I say, hey, I can't help you with a bullying claim, don't say, no, you're mistaken. That's a claim. Okay, well, I didn't realize that you were an employment attorney, a legal eagle in your own right. And listen, we have non-attorneys who are very well versed. I'm not, I can think of 3 off the top of my head, at least one of which who is incredibly active on this channel, right? So I'm not, I mean, I am shitting on people, but it's measured and directed, if that makes sense. If you call up an employment attorney and you start talking about bullying, a bunch of them are going to tune out. The ones who don't are going to try to ask questions to get past the fact that you said the word bullying, and bullying tends to mean that you don't have a claim. Just saying the word bullying in the context of employment law tends to be a clue that you may not have a claim. But it's not dispositive, right? So we talk about, well, why you? Why are you being bullied? Who's being bullied? Who's not being bullied? When did you start being bullied, right? There's a lot we can do to say, okay, we have a behavior, a legal behavior that could, bullying, right? That could be illegal in certain contexts. Were you trying to unionize? Did this start happening after you engaged in lawful union activity? Were you a shop steward? Are they trying to bully you because you're a shop steward? Did you raise issues of unpaid wages or unpaid overtime and then they started to bully you? Like what? There's a lot we can do to dig around the negative magic word that is bullying in the context of employment law, right? And if you let me, I will do that. I will have that conversation and try to find a way, a legitimate way. I'm not trying to make a claim out of whole cloth. I'm trying to find the claim. I'm trying to unearth the claim, like a little aardvark trying to dig up the claim, right? But if you don't let me, I'm going to wish you a very nice day. And you're going to say something mean to me. And I'm like, yeah, still, but have a nice day. Nobody cares. You have nothing I want. Right? And that's the end of the conversation. And you didn't get helped. Right? Even worse than that, perhaps, are the baby associates, the young attorneys, and the mid-level associates, or even just the attorneys who are having a bad day. When you say bullying, they're going to be like, oh, God, get off the phone. They're not going to say that. They're just going to be like, oh, you should go file with the EEOC. Bye-bye-bye. Right? Like, I can't tell you how bad a sign the word bullying is in the context of a potential client call with an employment attorney. It like, if I had to guess, 70% chance if you say bullying, there might not be a claim. And also, the path to finding the claim is going to be so much harder, so much more involved. It's going to take a lot more care, a lot more thought from the attorney, which the attorney owes you, frankly, in my opinion. The attorney should do these things for you, both because they should be helping you, because we're making money off discrimination. We got in this industry to help people, but also, frankly, and I always add this, even a really bad human being, even like the evil employment attorney, if you believe there are in the world, I think, evil plaintiff side employment attorneys, they should still want to dig aardvark style into the word bullying and try to find the claim because they want to make money. And of course, we in this field make money generally by helping people, right? At least hopefully we're not seeing people getting, huge hourly bills for plaintiff side work very often. So this has been a not so short diatribe about why you probably don't want to say the word bullying when you call an employment attorney in most parts of the country. And someone's going to be like, in my town in southern Milwaukee. Yeah, okay, I have to stress, most parts of this country, 99.9% of the land mass in the United States, it's not a claim. Do I know that that's an accurate figure? No, I don't. I'm just making that up because I say things, right? Gonna hold me accountable? It's the internet. Anyways, like and subscribe. Helps me to help more people just like you. Comment down below. Tell me about your town. Oh, Weehawken, New Jersey. Tell me of the laws of Weehawken, right? But no, seriously, I actually would be curious because I get asked by reporters a lot. In New York State, there's been a lot of efforts to like vote in anti-bullying statutes in the workplace. And in my ought to be humble opinion, it's not, but it should be. I should be humble. Mostly those are politicians who are just writing laws to get a little bit of press that they know will never be passed. And the laws are written so poorly that, again, in my opinion, the definition of what is workplace bullying reads an awful lot like the definition of management. If you don't provide a meaningful difference between the two, what you're outlawing is work, right? You're outlawing working for someone else, because often bullying is described as someone telling you what to do and threatening your job if you don't do it. I don't know how many of you share my experiences, but that is, in fact, every job I had in the entirety of my life until probably the third iteration of my law firm, right? I mean, even when I was a partner in my law firm, people were still trying to tell me what to do and making threats if I didn't do it. Like, why are you trying to tell me what to do? You can't survive without me. I said to no one in particular. Right. But right, it's hard to differentiate between what is bullying and what is just management, just running a business, telling people what to do, and then if they don't do it, you threaten their job. Is it the best management? No, but it is management. It's what we see a lot of the time. And so those laws never really had a chance of being passed and couldn't have really been adjudicated by the courts if they had, unless, I guess, we're making a departure from like capitalism. But also, like, socialism still has a top-down, it's collectivized, but it's also not, because there's management and there's party representatives, and, you know, if you're not doing what the party would like you to do, well, there's consequences. Those consequences are scary because human beings respond to fear, and that's going to look a lot like bullying too. So, again, those laws were fake. Most anti-bullying statutes do not pass. The ones who do are often not things that can actually be used in a court of law. People can try. People can try. I'm often wrong. Some might argue I'm wrong more often than I'm right. I would disagree, but perhaps. The moral of the story is, don't say bullying when you call an employment attorney. Your experience will be much better, and that person is far more likely to take the time to try to help you if you don't say bullying. Oh, everybody works. Not everybody wins. I gotta say the things.